Hello everyone, welcome again to our YouTube channel. I hope you all guys are doing well. If you are new to this channel, then please do click on subscribe button to get notification of my new videos. Today in this lecture, we are going to cover the topic that how could we install the Linux CentOS 7 in our Oracle VirtualBox. So let's go to our Oracle VirtualBox. And we will click on create new virtual machine by clicking on new. Name, I will pick Linux VM. Machine folder, leave it as a default. Type, by default it is picking Linux in type because I typed in name as Linux. Version, it is Linux 2.6, 3.x, 4.x, 64-bit. Memory size, it is showing as 1024 MB, means 1 gig. So change it to 2 gig, that is 2048. Hard disk, create a virtual hard disk now. Leave it as a default and click on create. File location, by default it is picking my path, so leave it as default. File size, by default it is 8 gig, but for this lab I wanted it to change it to 10 gig, so change it to 10 gig. Now hard disk file type, by default it is VDI, which means VirtualBox disk image. Leave it as default. Storage on physical hard disk, by default it is selected as dynamically allocated. Leave it default and click on create. So now our virtual machine is created. You could see here Linux VM. Okay, so now what we have to do, once your VM is created, go ahead and click on start. So once you start it, it will ask you to attach an ISO image, and the ISO image is the same ISO image that we downloaded earlier. So go ahead and click on this little folder. Now it will ask you where your ISO image is located, and my ISO image is located here. So go ahead, select it and click on open. Now click on start. Okay, on this page by default it will come on this test this media and CentOS 7. So sometime it is good when you are installing with actual CD-ROM, the physical ROM, and some CD have scratches on it and it could impact installation. So that is why you all test that media when you are doing the installation. But since we have ISO image and I am pretty sure download is not corrupted, so I am going to use my up and down arrow key to select install CentOS 7, then go ahead and click on enter. Now it is going to read the content of ISO. It will copy the content of ISO which it need to start the installation. It will bring it into the memory and then it will start installation wizard that called Anaconda. That's the name of wizard that CentOS uses. Now what language would you like to use during the installation process? By default it is English. I will leave it as default and you could choose your preferred language. So go ahead and click on continue. Okay, in the next page it says installation summary. The first thing you need to is click on date and time. By default it is picking up Americas, so I will change it to my time zone. You can change it to your time zone accordingly. I will click on done now. Next one is keyboard. by default it is picking up as English US, so leave it as default. Next one is language support. By default it is English, I will leave it as default. Next one is installation source, which is local media, so we can leave as it is. Next one is software selection. By default it is minimal installation, so when you pick minimal installation it will not install the GUI, it will install only command line in operating system. But for this lab I am going to click on server with GUI. This way you have the server with graphical user interface, and you could see certain things that you could add or remove using GUI. But I would say at least 80% of corporate environment do not use GUI. They always use command line interface because GUI takes a lot of resource. But for this lab purpose, I just go with server with GUI, and now go ahead and click on done. Now it's checking the software from the ISO to check whether the selection server with GUI is available or not. Meanwhile, we can go to the next one, that is system. Installation destination means where do we want to install this operating system. So we will click on it, and by default it is already selected as 10 gig. And other storage option is it is automatically configure partitioning. So we are not going to partition ourselves, we will let Linux to partition, and now click on done. Next one is kdump. When something goes wrong with your system or it crashes, so it has to log something why it has crashes, and that kind of kernel dump, if enabled, is stored in log file. So we will leave it as default. Next one is network and hostname. So we will change it to my Linux VM, and click on apply. Now we will go to the network, which is Ethernet ENP-OS3, and right now it is disconnected. Hardware is this, which is MAC address, and speed is of 1 gig. So what we need to do? We need to click on configure, because you see right now it is turned off. So let's go and click on configure. And the only thing that I want to pick is automatically connect to this network when it is available. And now what it does, actually it start your network or picking up an IP whenever your computer restarts. So go ahead and click on save, and now you gonna see it picked. And by the way, this is going to be your Wi-Fi network adapter that is given to you by VirtualBox. Now go ahead and click on done. Next one is security profile. We do not have any security profile. If you are doing installation for your company, then check with your company if they have any security or any security template that could be attached here, which will apply all the system security. Anyways, this is lab, we will leave it as default, and now we will go ahead and click on begin installation. In this next page we have two options. While it's going to run pre-configuration checks, so it is asking to create the root password. So go ahead and click on root password and pick your root password. I'll pick mine. Now go ahead and click on done. Second option is user creation. So click on it. This is the regular user, not a root user or not an administrator. So I am going to create a user with name test user. You can pick any name, and username, it will pick initials of first letter followed by the last letter. Leave the setting as default, and now password. Type your desired password here. Now go ahead and click on done. Alright, so now you notice it is installing some packages, and these packages are required to install to complete the installation, and total packages that needs to install is 1354, and so far has installed 42 packages, and this whole process could take from 10 minutes to 30 minutes or even 45 minutes depending on the speed of your computer where you are running this VirtualBox. So from this point I am going to fast forward the video to save some time and see you on the other side. Has been completed. You could see at the bottom now CentOS is now successfully installed and ready for to use it. Go ahead and reboot to start using it. Also, there is a message at the bottom says that use of this product is subject to license agreement found at this location. Anyways, you will get the license confirmation that you could read and accept it once it's rebooted. So go ahead and click on reboot. Okay, since it is starting for the first time, it could take a little while for it to start back again, but that's fine. Okay, now licensing part. I will go ahead and click on license information, and right here read through it and accept license agreement. So go ahead and click on done. Network and host name. We already configured it earlier, so you don't need to configure again. So for now, click on finish configuration. Now it is going to start CentOS 7 GUI. Alright, so go ahead and click on your username because this is the same user which you have created earlier during the installation. Anyways, go ahead and click on it. Provide your password, and once you provide your password, go ahead and click on sign in. It will log you in. But going back again, if you wanted to log in as root, then you can simply click on not listed and put the username as root and put the password. Anyways, I wanna log in as test user, so I will put my password and click on sign in. Okay, if you are doing this first time, this is the first welcome screen. So you can select your language. I will select English, click on next. Typing, it is already selected as English. click on next. Location services, I would like to disable it, and now go ahead and click on next. Connect your online account, I do not like that, so I want to keep my Linux machine private, and now I will click on start using CentOS Linux. Okay, now we have this desktop looking type of environment that has two icons on it. One is my home and another one is trash can. Usually I like smaller icon, so I will right click on it and resize the icon. Then you can drag it. Similarly for this, resize the icon, drag it. So this is your desktop environment, and if you want to start your terminal, you can just right click on it and open terminal. So this tutorial, installation of CentOS 7 ends here, and in next video we are going through the topic basics of shell scripting. So if you like this information, please comment and hit on like button to support me. Thank you guys. Bye. See you again.